Hey guys! Today I'm going to give you a review on the Leuchtturm 1917 bullet journal. You can get this on Amazon in many colors. When I ordered it, I did not mean to get a plain khaki color. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but it looked like a shimmery golden color in the Amazon picture. And then when I got it, I was like, wait, is this the right color? It's named Sand. So if you get the sand, just know it is not the shimmery golden that looks in the Amazon picture. And then I tried to write a review to tell you guys that, or not you guys, but tell anyone on Amazon that it didn't look like the review picture. And my review came back as, not appropriate to publish. So whatever, I didn't even write anything bad. The first page I'm not going to show you because that's where you write your name and phone number all in. This is my first bullet journal to ever get. I wanted to try it just because I'm so into planning right now, and I thought I might have a use for it. And being at only $20, after watching so many bullet journalers videos, I had to get one and try it. Now, I'm not going to be bullet journaling, drawing out my months, drawing out my weeks, because that is just not something that I am good at or interested in doing, taking that much time, and I am not great at it. So it wouldn't look how I wanted it to be. Although I love the idea of your entire planning system and like weekly lists and everything's fitting in this small book. I would love to be able to bullet journal, to be honest, because, or if somebody made me a pre-printed one that I liked the format in, that came in this book, because it is so portable and it feels good in your hand. It is lightweight. So it comes with this band, comes with two, ribbon markers, which I love that they're long enough, because on some of the Rhodia bullet journal videos, comparing them to this, Rhodia makes it too short. You can't actually pull it out and get to the page. And I love that there's two. I really feel like in a journal this big, you need that. I love that it comes pre-printed with page numbers and an index. That's a game changer. That's why I did not try the Rhodia. I got the dotted. It also comes in graph or plain paper. It has, let me not tell you the wrong number, 249 pages. That's front and back in it. And the dots are very, very light. I don't know if they're very, very pale, khaki-ish gray. I'm not sure. Maybe my eyesight's not that good. It's kind of, I guess, the color of this. It's very, very light. The table of contents. Those are probably the dot colors, yes, which is more like a gray. So there's plenty of table of contents, especially when you're combining pages, I think. But I don't know, I might run out. So it's the front, the back, and another front. Then you have a blank page if you have to carry your table of contents over. I kind of think they should have just gone ahead and printed it on the back of there once again, since it was going to be blank anyway. I did not use the page number 1. I showed you in How I'm Planning Now in April 2017, How I'm Planning Now video about this list, but I'll go over it in here in case you didn't watch that video. One of the big things I'm using this for right now is my weekly to-do list. These are things that I don't know what day that they're going to fit on, but I don't want to forget about them, and there's not enough room at the bottom of my inkwell every week to list all these to-dos because they take one whole page up. So like this week, April 10th through 16th, I do done because I'm very visual and I want to know I'm done with that week. And I go on to the next week. I do my must-dos, my maybes, my YouTube, and my kids, stuff I need to keep track with them. So these are the things I look at every day and say, what can I fit into this day? When I am writing my 1, 2, 3s priorities in the morning about what I'm going to get done that day. I'm always referring to this list and then to my planner of what's scheduled for that day. My maybes I'll get to during the week if I have done all these. My kids is just stuff to keep them on track of they need to work on that week. And my YouTubes, whatever doesn't get done will be migrated to the next week. So this is the next week. I don't love my color scheme here, but I've never bullet journaled before, so I'm just learning about this. The highlighters I use, I've seen on all the bullet journalers. So I went ahead and bought these off Amazon. I went ahead and bought the set of 3 because I knew if I only bought one, it was like coming from China. And it would take forever, and then I would probably want other colors, and it would cost more to buy the other ones. If you buy the set of 3, it's coming from Amazon. These are called mild liners. Mild, M-I-L-D, mild liner, because they're mild compared to a highlighter. Highlighters are just so bright and so glaring and so bleed through. And I actually know I will use these a lot in my homeschooling and in like my scripture journal and my other journals that I use for marking things that I don't really love the bright fluorescent highlighters. So I loved this idea, and these are the things that I'm using in this book right now. Mild liner, and it is on Amazon. If you just type in mild liner, this is a Zebra brand. They have these 3 different color palettes. You can buy them separately, like I said, or you can buy them all together. So right now, I made a gratitudes page just because I'm playing around with it. I made an April spending page because I've seen other bullet journalers do that. But guess what? I'm just not one to keep track of that every day. So I already gave up on that. Plus, it's kind of depressing. I guess I don't want it to be reined in that much. I don't know. I'm not... Yikes, no, I just don't want to take the time. Then I'd have to come home from like Kroger and wherever and find my receipt and make sure to write it in there. Anyway, who knows? Maybe sometime I'll come back to it. A line a day, I liked that idea. So I've been doing that. I'm 2 days behind, but I need to get in there and do that because it's just summing up that day in a line or less. I decided to try writing a vertical calendar in here since my big inkwell is not really portable. And if I carried this with me a lot of places, like it could keep me on track with just the big events. Basically only scheduled events, places we're supposed to be that day. And so I did the same with my May calendar to try that out. And so far that's been good. I just did a work ahead of the next week's must-dos, maybes, YouTube, my kids, and anything I need to buy that week. Like I usually am thinking of things on Amazon I want to look at or get, or something we need to get from a store. So that's already done ahead for next week because I'm just playing around with it. This stuff isn't even in a good order yet. This is my first bullet journal. And like I said, it will not be used for calendaring because I do not want to draw that out. Or weekly layouts, although I played with that in the back, and I'll show you. This is just for keeping track of kidney stone pain. Not fun to talk about. This is just about visiting with my husband's grandma. I like to write down now like what we talked about when we visited on the phone. So the next time we talk, I can add more, kind of know where we left off and what she was telling me about. This is something new. Miracle Morning is a book on Amazon. Well, it's something new to me. Miracle Morning is a book on Amazon that has, thousands of good reviews, and there's so many YouTube videos on it and blog posts on it. I haven't even read the book yet. I have a friend who's read it, and then I've looked at a lot of blog posts on it and watched a lot of YouTubes, and those got me excited too. He has this SAVORS acronym where you do these things every morning. You wake up extra early. You have silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, scribe. I will actually do a whole video on how my Miracle Morning's going once I've been doing it longer. I've only been doing it a couple weeks now. So I will do a video on my Miracle Morning. I won't talk about that here. But that's in there to help me remember. And then I think I skipped to the back and I did do a pen test. So something about this book is I already knew this from all the videos I watched. I already knew this. But, I mean, there is a lot of ghosting. And it's funny because I talked so much about this in my Emily Lay video about how I didn't like ghosting. But her planner costs a ton more than this book. And her paper is so thick, and she boasts about her paper. So I expect her not to have this much ghosting. I knew this book would have this much ghosting. But I bought it anyway to try. It's only 80 GSM. Whereas like Inkwell, their big spiral planner is 140. Their quarterly planners are 120. Their sewn journals are 120. And stuff does not show through that. So to me, I think you want it at least 120. Because I love that paper. But I wanted to try this, and people said it kind of becomes just like one of those old books that you just love. It becomes a part of you. It's a journaling. And I can actually see that, how it doesn't bother me so much because this book is not about perfection. This is about function. While I do wish the pages were thicker, the Rhodia I've watched many comparisons on them. The Rhodia has thicker paper, but it has less pages. They also said it kind of has an almost slick, not slick feel, but almost to where you have to let the ink dry before you shut the page. And I knew I probably wouldn't like that. They also don't have page numbers in the Rhodia, and they only have one marker, which they say is too short. And so I knew that was not the one that I wanted to try, even though it had thicker paper, because of all those things. So I can see myself using this for a lot more. I am just getting started. I drew out a weekly layout just for fun because I'm experimenting, thinking of going back to vertical in a planner next year. Like, do I want my appointments up here, and then the things I know I'm going to do on that day, and then all my must-dos, can-dos, follow-ups, my kids, YouTube, and Sunday can go down here. Do I want my big to-do list for the week right under my weekly calendar? And I kind of do like that idea, to be honest. So I'm just experimenting at the back here because that was my first experiment. Just because I got this book basically to have fun and experiment and see if I could work it into my life. Because you can get these anywhere from like $18 to $20 depending on the color. And so I just wanted to play around with it. And there are perforated pages in the back. I wanted to mention that. The last couple pages, I think maybe 6 or 7 or whatever, are perforated. So if you're out somewhere and you need to tear a page off for someone, you can do that. So that is actually nice. Like, you can keep the back pages to tear out. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, I love this accordion pocket. Now, I don't know what I would stick in here right now, but I love the idea. I'm pretty sure that an inkwell journal is not going to fit in there. No, the book would not shut. Just had to try that. Anyway, it comes with labels, which I love. These long labels that can go on the spine, and it gives you choices, or in case you mess up, and some lined or unlined labels to go on the front. So when you are done with this, you can archive your journal, like in shelves, and keep it. And also, this might become, I might buy one of these to just be my personal journal someday, or a scripture journal. But right now I'm using my inkwell sewn journals for those purposes. But the reason why I love this book, so that is really nice, I think, is because, although I do think they could make thicker paper, and that's my one complaint, I love this because of the portability and the feel of it. It is so lightweight. It is so portable. And it already feels like it's becoming like your right-hand man or your best friend, just like in life. Like, if I have this book with me, then I could know what's going on. And that, is kind of why I would I would love to have this as my planner, to be honest. But I just don't see myself drawing all that out and bullet journaling because I'm not artistic. And I wouldn't be happy probably with the way it looks, and it wouldn't make me happy. And I feel like a planner should make you happy to look at and feel and all that. That's just me. Anyway, that's how I'm using, and I usually write with my Pilot V5 Precise or a Sharpie pen. Right now, those are my 2 favorite pens. And I actually like the way that this one flows a lot more on the Leuchtturm paper. This probably is my favorite pen. Thanks for watching. That's a summary of the Leuchtturm 1917. And I kind of threw in some of the Rhodia journal points that are also on Amazon just because they're about the same price. And because I've watched so many videos on it, even though I don't own that journal. I will try to keep you updated if I start using this in a different way or something else comes about. There are so many bullet journalers to follow who do amazing things if you're into that. But this is just to show you could use this for a normal journal. You could use it for your daily to-do lists, for your shopping list, because it's just really portable. It feels great to carry around, and it's a great quality book. That's my advice and opinion. Anyway, you don't have to be a bullet journaler to want one of these. There's so many other uses. I keep a little book with me at church to take notes in and stuff. And when mine runs out, like something like this would be a great replacement because I didn't know about these before. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Thanks so much for watching and supporting, and we'll see you next time.